Welcome, everybody. We're going to go through the chapter of Isaiah 53, which appears to probably start a little bit before Isaiah 53. We'll talk about that a bit. And the sometimes called the forbidden chapter. It seems like it's conspicuously missing, if I can put it that way, from the Haftarah reading. And we're skipping from Isaiah, skipping over Isaiah 53. So by popular demand, you all wanted to go through Isaiah 53, so let's do it. If anyone wants to raise a hand or annotate on the screen, here's how you do it. Um, I have started the reading at Isaiah 52, and let me show you, I guess, maybe this right here first. This is oh dear, what did I do? There we go. Move that over here so we can read it. And oh, come on, what's going on here? Ah, there we go. All right, you'll notice that Isaiah 52, verse 13, starts with, Behold, my servant shall rule wisely. And then this discussion about my servant just continues on into chapter 53. Well, if you actually do a search in Isaiah for my servant, it more often than not is explicitly equated with Jacob and Israel. And that is the modern, I say modern, the rabbinic understanding of how to interpret servant. The only problem is in Isaiah 53, it really can't be Israel. And we'll see why, hopefully, here in a bit. But Avdi, my servant, at least in the previous occurrences of servant, it has been referring to Jacob and Israel. But anyway, the point is, it looks like there's a change in themes from verse 12 to verse 13. And one of my students asked, shouldn't Isaiah 53 have started with 52:13 instead of starting with 53:1? When were these chapter divisions even invented? And so that got me to looking at some older versions of Isaiah. We have the Aleppo Codex, which is pretty old. It's late late 10th or early 11th century or something like that. And remember, the Masoretic scribes started their work of adding vowel pointings in about the 7th century. But we also have the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Dead Sea Scrolls go back even further. There are three main Isaiah scrolls from the Dead Sea Scrolls collection, and I want to look at those. And so first and foremost, I want to look at this one right here. This one should be, no, don't do that. I just clicked on something I shouldn't have. All right, let's go. There we go. I found I can put this in the chat if you guys want it. It's an index of all of the pages of the Aleppo Codex. It's very, very helpful in figuring out where you are. So chat, and put that in there now. There we go. Now I'm going to click on Isaiah 51 to 53 right here. And that opens up. Did I open up the right one? I hope so. 50 Amal. No, it would be down here. There we go. That makes more sense. All right, and then move this out of the way. What you are looking at is the Aleppo Codex. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. Yes, I can. Woohoo! All right, me, room, suru. There it is. All right, here we have Hine Maskil. Can you all see that? Hine Maskil. Let me show it to you in the regular Hebrew first. Hine Yaskil Avdi. Okay, Hine Yaskil Avdi. Hine, behold, Yaskil, he will he will be intelligent, or he could actually cause intelligence, or prudence, or something like that. It has to do with smarts, essentially. This translation says he shall rule wisely. Not sure that's an uber literal translation, but let's run with it if you want to. And then avdi is from Eved, servant belonging to me. Hine yaskil avdi. All right, so there it is. Hine yaskil avdi. What do you notice is not there? No chapter divisions, no verses. The only thing you really see are some notes that the scribes put in the margins, but the chapters and verses didn't even exist until, what was it? Some bishop came up with it in the 1200s, I think. So that post dates this. So how do we know to put a chapter here instead of putting a chapter there? Well, he probably made a mistake. He should have started it up here. Hine yaskilavdi, instead of further down where it talks about who has believed our report. Mi he'emin lishmoatenu. And that's going to be further down in what we call Isaiah 53:1. Mi he'emin lishmoatenu. Who has believed our news or our report? I also wanted to show you the older, what was it? The older Dead Sea Scrolls. Okay, this is going to
Yeah,
be
I was going to ask about that because my wife and I went to Fort Worth when the exhibit was here. And as I recall, the main exhibit supposedly was showing us Isaiah 53. And I don't know if that's true or not because they set it up as just as though it was being, if you were in Israel, going to the museum.
well, this is what Isaiah 53 would, or just before Isaiah 53 would look like. Bonus points to anyone who can tell me, who can read any word on here. So
Any word.
it's really hard to read this. I mean, for me, it's really hard. But let's see. This right here is suru suru. Let's go back over to here. Can I show? Maybe I can show two of them at once. Let me see. Where was suru suru? Here it is, verse 11. Suru suru. So let's look for the next verse. Kilo v'chipazon. So look for kilo. Can you find it?
Are we in 52 or 53 right now?
This is the end of 52. This is the end of 52.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it.
So I was looking on that word right there, the third sentence
You
from the
can
top.
mark
Is
on
that
the
a tav?
you can mark on the screen so we can see what you're talking about.
I'm on my phone, so I can't do that. I wish I
Okay.
could.
All right. Well, it's going to be hard for me to pinpoint what you're looking at then.
Well, let me see if I can get it to do
Here
the.
it is. Found it. Kilo
Yep.
bechipazon. So this
Well,
is
that same
with a
line go all the way to the very
K.
beginning. Is that a tav?
No, no, it doesn't. So here we have bet, chet, hey, zain, yod, final noon. That's hard to read, isn't it? And this is kaf, yod, aleph, ki, lamed, vav, aleph, lo, bechipazon, and then tet, I believe it's tetzeu. Oops, come back. Where are you? Right there. Yeah. Where is it? Kilo b'chiva tetzeu. Yep, tetzeu. But what I really wanted to get to was the end of the verse here. Where is it? Elohe. Where is it? Elohe. There it is. Yes. El. Come on. Go down to here. This one, verse 12. See how it has. Boy, I need a bigger screen, I think. Where is it? This one right here. Verse 12. Kilo bechivazon tetzeu uvimnusa lo telechon כי הולך לפניכם אדוני ומאסיפכם אלוהי ישראל. Let's see if we can find that. Oh, that's going to be hard. ומאסיפון לבני ישראל should be right. Yeah, here it is. Umeas. See this word
Ah,
here? Umeasifchem. Umeasifchem. Elohei. Yes, that's really hard to see. That's Yod, Sin, Resh, Aleph, Lamed, Yisrael. And that should be the end of the verse, right? Did I get that right? Misrael. It's not. There are extra words here. Elohei kol haaretz yikra. What? Why are there extra words? Is there a variant? Aha. As a matter of fact, there is. This is a document that I have that shows all the different versions of Isaiah that exist in the Dead Sea Scrolls. This is verse 12. Notice how we have this in Isaiah scroll A, but not in B and not in C. And in fact, it doesn't exist in the Masoretic scribes, the Masoretic tradition either. There is a variant. Anyway, this right here is where Isaiah 53 should have begun. Hine yaskil avdi. That's the one. Behold, my servant will cause prudence or rule wisely. And if you all want any access to this stuff, it's available. I've already put this in the chat. I can put this in the chat as well. Any comments or questions so far?
Is there significance about those particular words that
No.
were? No.
I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe it's a matter of it's a case by case basis for you to be able to go in and see, well, why is it here but not there? Are we looking at two different traditions, two different manuscript families? But the point is that there are differences between the Masoretic tradition and the Dead Sea Scrolls occasionally. But what's really cool is when the Dead Sea Scrolls follow the Septuagint. In fact, I didn't even look this up. I wonder if it follows the Septuagint.
So is this would you say trying to read that Dead Sea Scrolls would be like this generation trying to read my cursive?
Yeah, right, exactly. Okay, anyway, if there are any other comments or questions about, I just wanted to give you all some resources, the Aleppo Codex, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and just wanted to show you how difficult it is for these scholars to go in and read the hand script of the Dead Sea Scrolls. And
what was the time frame on the Aleppo Codex?
the Aleppo Codex was 10th to 11th century, so that would have been near the end of the Masoretic scribes era, which would have been 7th to 10th century. The Aleppo Codex is itself, wait a second, was it earlier? Maybe it was early 10th. I don't remember. If someone wants to look it up and correct me, then by all means, please. But it was somewhere around the 1000 point.
When was the Septuagint? Because I know that it was
Septuagint
authorized by Alexander the Great.
It was not. It was not authorized by Alexander the Great. It was
By his library.
No, it was like it's not Theophilus, but someone like that. It was for his library in Alexandria. Remember that Alexander was from Macedonia. He wasn't from
That's true.
Alexandria.
Well, I know that, but it's because of him.
Well, you asked about the time frame. The Septuagint would have been completed by the end of the second century, by the end of the third century, somewhere in there. Nobody knows exactly. Maybe it was around 230, 250 before the Common Era. So
The
that's much
Aleppo is 10th.
10th. Okay, thank you. 10th century. So that would be from 1000 to 1100, I guess, or to 1099. And then Dead Sea Scrolls would have been shortly after Septuagint, second century before the Common Era to 70 AD. All right, so let's get back to here.
I
Now
just
that,
have one quick observation.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm following you in my BHS, and it has no English whatsoever. And when you were moving through the text, it didn't make sense to me until just now. When we were looking at the manuscript, there are markers on the manuscript, and the academic I was listening to, when he was moving through, he's moving so quickly. I was wondering how he was doing it. He's talking about the lamed above the line. So they're using the lamed to move um, through the phrasing, and you'll notice that they come up much larger than in the manuscript. They're much larger than any of the other letters when they bring them up. So that's how they were moving so quickly through it. I didn't realize that until just now.
You're
Because you
talking
can
about
count the laments.
you're talking about the margin notes.
No, if you go back to the manuscript, you'll notice that when they come down on the lamed or goes up, um, it's it's much higher than you would normally expect to see a lamed.
Like this lamed right here, how it goes up so high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So they're using those as phrase markers. So you count the laments and then you match the words. That's how they were doing it so quickly. I was thinking, how can they do this? I can't read it that fast. Now I see how they're doing it. They're moving through the laments above the line.
Got it. Excellent. Okay, well, if it's okay with you all, let's start reading. Whoever wants to, you may raise your hand and I'll call on you. Quick question. We're probably not going to get through this entire chapter. Would you all like to dedicate multiple weeks to this or just today?
Most definitely.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, I hear two yeses.
We don't
I'll
have
make a
to.
start.
I'm thinking,
I second that motion.
you had said last week, well, what about 54? And that's very good too. Do we always have to follow exactly on the dates, or could we continue
Well,
running
part of the
behind
reason,
like we used to?
yeah, well, part of yeah, I actually didn't like that. I had a lot of students asking me, well, today's portion, Torah portion is this. Why are you reading that?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what I'll probably end up doing is just skipping ahead
Okay,
and doing the Haftarah portion for the week, and then afterward we'll come back and fill in whatever's missing.
okay.
Or we just keep having custom texts and hand-picked texts, and we'll just keep doing that if you all enjoy it. All right, let's see. Eileen, I see your hand up. Do you want to read the first verse?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
I can't even see the screen, Jared. Mine's
Yeah, it's not.
maybe it's something I'm doing, but
It starts with of D.
It starts with Avdi.
No, it's Hine.
So Annie sees Hine. Does anyone else see Hine?
I
Nope.
see Hine now.
Yep.
All right, so maybe it was just kind of sluggish or something. Okay, go ahead, Eileen.
Ne yiskil avdi yir uden
Yarum
yarum venishma
Venisa.
venisa ve gava
Mm-hmm.
meod
Very good. Hine yaskil avdi yarum venisa veravah meod. Okay, hine, behold, yaskil, because of the patach here and the chirik yod, that means we're looking at a
You
Feel.
feel causing sechel, prudence, avdi. That's my avd, which we know better as eved, my servant. Yarum, from the root rum, to be exalted high up. He shall be exalted. Venisa, what is the binyan of Venisa?
PL.
Nifa.
Oh,
Oh,
PL.
which one is it?
Oh, wait, it's missing something. Um,
Ayatol.
All right,
Nas,
so
it's
the
Nins.
Vecatol.
we have Nisa. If it were a PL, it should be Nise.
it's not there.
Isn't
Ethiopia?
to
Now,
be
granted,
lifted up?
now,
But
grant,
isn't there a noon missing?
there
It's
you
the
go.
Nephal.
So that means it has to be a Nifal, and we have the root of the noon missing. That's the noon of Nifal, making it passive. The root is Nasa, to lift
Nifal.
up, and the fact that it's Nifal makes it passive, to be lifted up. And so they translate it here as extolled, which itself is still passive, like a passive participle or something. But yeah, it's a Nifal. Very good.
Yeah, that's the Houston. We have a problem.
Mm,
NASA.
NASA, exactly. Vegavah. Gavah has a consonantal yod consonantal hey at the end. How do I know that?
The
Mapik.
The mapik. The mapik says not a vowel. It's a consonant. He was high, or he will be high, me'od, very much. If there are no comments or questions, go to the next reader.
I have a
Yes, ma'am.
question. Is the Nisa Yikto?
No, ma'am. If
Um,
it's got a nifal noon, oh, I see what you're saying. If it were a yiktol, then that means the noon has to be we will, and then the rest of it would be we will carry, we will bear.
so this is Vecatol?
This is vekatal nifal. Very good. Well, hang on. Does it have to be vekatal, or can it be katal? I guess it has to be vekatal because we've got a yiktol right there. He will deal prudently. He will be exalted. So therefore, this also needs to be future tense.
I didn't know that the Catal form had the triangle for Nifal. I'm asking, I don't know.
What's the katal form in nifal? That's the answer right there. Ia, right? So if we have ni, root one, root two, root three, it would be ni, ah, right? Nifal, or nilham, or nishmar. Now,
Mm-hmm.
put in your root, nun. In fact, I'll make
Mm-hmm.
it root letters nun, sin. Oh, that's a terrible sin. That's a terrible sin too. And then aleph. What does the aleph do to the patach?
Lengthen.
What does nun at the end of a syllable do?
Assimilate.
Night.
That means we're looking at a katal form of nifal with an assimilated nun. It doesn't have the trifecta that you're thinking of in yiktol, but it looks like it because the nun went missing.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And if we were going to say, oh, you know what? Let's go ahead. This is a good exercise. Convert. Ooh, this is going to be really good. Okay, give me a yiktol verb that is nifal, first common plural from the root nasa.
That's for the class, right?
Ah,
It's the same. I think it's the same because you
no,
can
ma'am.
confuse those two.
No, ma'am.
No?
Mm-mm. It would be ni. Let me see. Hang on a second. Ni na se.
In say.
Ni na se. So here we get
Yiktol.
yiktol nun, root nun, missing nifal nun in the dagesh, and there's your root letter. Ninase. We will be lifted.
Noons for days.
Yeah, 3 noons all stacked in there. Noon of the
Yeah.
Yitzhak, noon of the Nephal, noon of the root. Craziness.
Is it when it's in past tense, when it's a,
When it's in
hey,
all form,
yeah. Is that where you, because you can confuse the one CP and one form with, um, hmm,
okay,
just-
so
I'm trying to remember from my B.
I wonder if you're thinking of the Kal Yiktol Nisa. We will lift.
Maybe.
If you take Nin Sa like this,
Mhm.
that's what you expect for a Kal Yiktol form, 1CP, but Aleph makes that lengthen, Nun assimilates in, and it looks
Mhm.
exactly the same
Mm.
as the Nephal, he was.
Mhm.
Is that
Yeah,
what you're thinking of?
I think so.
Okay, so
I have to go back to my notes.
lifted and we
Sorry.
will lift are confusing. They are ambiguous. Okay, that was really deep. Let's keep going. Vegavah, and he will be high. Me'od, very much. Next reader.
כאשר
Mhm.
שממו עליך רבים, כן משחת מאיש מראהו ותוארו מבני אדם.
Very good. Ka'asher shammu. How did you know this is shammu instead of shammu? Two reasons. There are two
There's no
reasons.
accent. No, I don't know. How did I know?
How did you know? There first,
Double men?
yeah, that's the first clue. When you have a doubled letter, you necessarily have to have an audible schwa, even if it's supposed to be a silent schwa. And secondly, with that oo on the end tells us that it is a katal form, 3CP. So we expect a full kamatz, shamam. Shamamu becomes shamamu. And so that oo there is what gives it away. כאשר שממו עליך רבים, כן משחת מאיש מראהו, ותוארו מבני אדם. What is the standard form? If you had to look it up in the dictionary, well, how would you find this word in the dictionary? V'to'aro.
Is it Yud Aleph Esh?
Mm-mm. Go ahead and peel away what you can. Is there a prefix, suffix?
Suffix, oh.
Suffix O. Is there a prefix?
Bob.
Vav. What are you left with?
What?
Tav?
You're actually left with the root. Just like to'al and rochav or gova, these are all the same pattern. So the word you're looking up is to'al, like this, with the stress right there. I think I see what you were saying, Amy. If there's an O vowel right there, it often makes you think of a missing vav or yod, right?
Yeah.
Like to, well, how about let me use a word we know. Moshav, like this. That's actually the kamatz. What is the root of moshav?
Yashav?
Yashav, sit. So a moshav is a seat. So that's what you were seeing right there. The difference is that moshav has stress on the end and has a kamatz. This one has an original, well, originally it was nothing, but turns into a short vowel. To'av, rochav, gova, like that. So it's actually a segalit. Segalit. All right. Mibnei Adam Meisha. Oh, what is the root of mar'ehu?
Ash
Isn't
Aleph.
it Yare?
If there were,
Yara?
if it were yara, there should be something here between the mem and the resh.
The
Whether it's
Yod. Oh,
tere or a yod or a vav, something like that. And
It's Resh Aleph Yod.
good. Resh Aleph Yod is to see. So what is a mar'e? It's a noun having to do with that which is seen, his appearance. And ehu on the end means it's his. And shamam, they're translating as astonished. They were astonished. Alecha, at you. Who were astonished?
Mm.
Rabim. The many were astonished at you. Ken mishchat. What is mishchat? What kind of a word is that?
Shachat.
And
It's,
shafat is it wasting or destruction or corruption or something like that?
yeah,
And
destroyed.
they're
Ishchot.
translating it as marred. Me ish. Why is there a mem on the front? Me.
Mm.
Compares.
Comparative mem. Marred compared to, I guess, man or any man is his mar'ehu. His visage or his appearance is marred compared to men. V'to'aro and the root to or the word to'ar is a description. Um, in modern Hebrew, it's a description. Here, it's his form.
An
And
adjective. Isn't it an adjective
no, no,
then?
no, it's a seglet, which makes it a noun.
So,
It by definition has to be a noun. His form or description, mi b'nei Adam, is that another comparative mem?
Hmm.
It appears to be parallel. Yeah, this compared this and this are both parallel. They're comparisons. And so his form compared to the b'nei Adam, sons of men. Comments?
so Yara is fear.
Yara is fear, and it comes from the root vav, resh aleph. That's why we get words like nora or mora. The original letter is vav, and it turns into a yod in when it's the first letter of the word. Yara to fear, or yare to fear, or revere. Correct.
So how much difference is there between modern Hebrew and this biblical Hebrew?
I don't know
I
how to
know Thomas
quantify it.
speaks
It's
mostly modern.
I don't know how to quantify it. It's probably about the same amount as Shakespeare's English versus modern English. And
That could be pretty significant.
well, that's the thing. You get like differences in meanings of words. Certain verbal forms are parsed a little differently, not parsed, declined a little bit differently. Yeah, but you can still kind of get a clue as to what you're reading.
So a modern Israeli speaking modern Hebrew can actually follow this much better than,
Then we can, sure, absolutely. But
yeah.
in the end, what if you have some Gen Z Israeli that doesn't know anything about complex Hebrew? Would he be able to understand hard parts of the Bible? Well, would some know nothing English speaker be able to understand Shakespeare? They're pretty much analogous. So, I mean, it does take a certain finesse and education to try to grasp what's going on in these older languages. All right, who would like to read next?
Thank you.
the modern, they don't use the Nikud. So I think they'd really struggle with this.
Well, children and liturgy will still use Nikud. Um, an Israeli that sees the Nikud is more likely just going to read the consonants and gloss over the Nikud,
Mhm.
unless they're trained to be able to recognize them. All right, who wants to read?
Cool.
I can.
Go ahead, Amy.
King Yaze Goyim Abim Alav Ikpotsu מלכים פיהם, כי אשר לא סופר לכם ההוא, ואשר לא שמעו התבוננו.
Hitbonanu. Can you
התבוננו.
divide? Well, let me read through one time, and then Amy, I'd like you to divide this verse by the cantillation marks into smaller sections. Ken yaze goyim rabim alav yikpetzu melachim tihem ki asher lo supar lahem ra'u va'asher lo sham'u hitbonanu. All right, how would you divide this into shorter segments by the syntax as just as defined by the cantillation marks? Are you able to do that?
I can try.
All right.
PM.
Hem
There,
has a big division because of that. The etnach, very good. That
yeah,
would be like the logical halfway point.
yeah. Hate Bonano. This is
Mhm.
the end of the verse.
Good. End of the verse. That's another major cantillation mark. Now, what about the quarter marks, as it were?
Abim.
Rabim. Good. And one more.
Mm,
You see that right there. Where's another one?
yeah, maybe Melachim.
Okay, fine. I like that because it's a tipacha. And one more.
Mm,
It's hiding at the end of the line.
Ku. Yeah.
Ra'u,
Au.
because it's got the same, what's called zakef katon.
Yeah.
And good. So now what we've done is we've broken this bigger verse into smaller sections, and now we can parse them out or hash them out a little bit, in smaller chunks. Ken yazeh goyim rabim. Yes, or thus, or so, or established. Yazeh. What form is this? What root does it have? What binyan is it? We don't have
Uh,
much to work with here.
There's
yeah.
Dagesh.
What do you think, Amy? Do you have any ideas?
I guess is it a refill?
Very good. How did you know?
Um, the patach
The
under
patah.
the
That is
you.
all you get.
Yeah.
Good. And what is the yod at the front?
I think it's yud of the yikto.
So 3ms yiktol. So what's the root?
Um, is it nun zayin yud?
Absolutely. Nun sein yud has to do with, you can see the meaning right there, to sprinkle or to splatter. Ken yazeh, and he shall sprinkle or splatter, goyim rabim, many nations. Alav yikpetzu melachim pihem. Okay, it's a little, I don't want to say misleading, but it's a little disturbing to put a break right here, but I see the tipacha just the same as you do. And then pihem is all by itself. Alav, at him, probably referring to the servant Avdi, yikbetzu melachim. So there's your subject. There's your verb. Yikbetzu. What is this root? Kafatz.
Jump.
To jump. In modern Hebrew, it's to jump. And they shall jump. That is, kings shall. What are they going to jump? Pihem. Well, jumping is not a transitive verb, is it? So it makes me wonder if in the transitive sense it means something else. Cause your mouth to jump up. I don't know. Maybe that seems to be what it is. Ki asher lo supar lahem ra'u. So the asher starts here. Where does it end? Where does the relative clause end?
Lahem.
Lahem, very good. And ra'u is your verb and probably built-in subject. Melachim is what we were talking about. It's still the subject of ra'u. The kings either saw or shall see, if it's prophetic past tense or whatever. What did they see? Asher lo supar lahem. That which not supar lahem. What is supar? We don't get to see this binyan very often. Supar.
Niskar.
UFO?
In hufal, you expect there to be an oo sound before the first root letter. Here we get to see the oo sound on the first root letter.
The pual.
Pual.
Pu'al. Very good. Very good.
Mhm.
Pu'al. And in fact, the dagesh confirms, strong dagesh confirms it. So this is, I guess in the PL, it would be siper. What does it mean? To tell, to recount, to recall, not recall, recount. And so supal will be the passive of it. Be recounted or be told. That which not was told to them, ra'u, they see. Va'asher lo shama'u, and that which they did not shama,
Here.
kal katal, 3ms. That 3CP. I got that wrong. That which they did not hear, hitbonanu. Ooh. What do we do with this menagerie?
The heat
It-
pile?
Good. You
Hit
see the hit on the front, and that's all you need to know that it's a hit pa el. Well, kind of. When you have either a hollow root or a geminate root, it uses a form that grammars call hit polal, hit polel, hit polel. So you get a reduplication of this root here, this root letter, and then this O is simply an attaching vowel, not a transit. What do you call it? Wow, I can't think of it right now. It's simply a vowel inserted to make it all come together, but you don't have a dagesh, you don't have a patach. It doesn't look like a regular hit pa'el. It's called hit polel. So what is the root? We have two options. It's either going to be geminate or hollow. If it's geminate, that would be bet nun nun, and if it's hollow, it would be
Bene. Bana.
no, that's
Bin.
not hollow.
Bet vav noon.
Good. It's either
Bean.
Vav
Bean.
nun or bet yod nun.
Noon.
Which
Bean.
one?
It's bean.
It's probably
That one.
okay. That's the most correct answer, I think. Bin, because we get to see it in words. Well, hang on. You get to see a yod in words like bina,
Mm.
right? But what is this root in the nifal?
Nivne.
Navon.
Oh.
So is it a vav, a yod? Which one is it? I don't know. It might be one of those cases where, words like seem, to put or place, sometimes shows up in the Bible as, oops, I put it on the wrong side, this side. Does show up sometimes as sum, and lean, to lodge or rest somewhere, does sometimes show up as lun. So what it tells me is that it was probably original vav that turned into yod. But that's basically an educated guess. So whether it's bean or bun, who knows? If you're going to look it up in the dictionary, it's going to be under bean.
Ina is wisdom, right?
No, it's understanding. Wisdom is
Understanding.
Mhm.
Mm.
exactly.
So right here it's saying they'll consider it before they heard it. Literally.
Hitbonen, in modern Hebrew, hitbonen is like to observe something, to bring it into your understanding. So using the word consider, I don't know if that's the best choice. That which they had not heard, they will observe or bring into their understanding.
Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah. All right. Comments? Who wants to read next? This is where chapter 53 now officially starts, even though we've already been talking about Avdi for the past couple of few verses. All right, so Isaiah 53:1. Do we have a reader? Go ahead,
I'll
Eileen.
read.
Okay, Tuesday, go
Or
ahead.
unless you have someone else.
Wait, Tuesday, wait, have you read yet? If not, go ahead.
Yeah, I've read. If you have, yeah, I've read.
All right, so let's go a second time. Eileen, you take this one, and then Tuesday, can you have the next one?
Sure.
All right, go ahead, Eileen.
Mi ha'me'in
He'emin.
he'emin lesho u ateinu
There's so many syllables here. Lish, mu,
no
a, e, nu.
ateinu
Good.
u se re u a
Uzroa.
ura uzroa Adonai al min na naga na nagi nagilta
Mm-hmm. Niglata.
ni
Niglata.
nigalta
Mm-hmm. Niglata. Good. Mi he'emin. Sorry. Try again. Mi he'emin lishmuatenu uzroa Adonai al mi niglata. And me, who is me? See? Who is me? Who is me exactly? He'emin. Is this a he feel?
Yeah.
What happened to this? Shouldn't that be he mean? What happened to the vowels? Why is it he'emin instead of he mean?
Isn't it harmonization? Vowel harmonization?
Yes, ma'am, it is. But okay, that is like the follow-up question. The primary question would be why did the he feel go from chirik shva to segol, reduce segol?
Because of
Because the
Aleph.
olive doesn't
Because of
take a
Aleph.
schwa.
Aleph doesn't like shva. Incidentally,
olives don't like schwas.
there are a few places in the Bible. There are a few places in the Bible where the Aleph does take a shva. It does exist. It just doesn't happen often. That's the vast majority of the time it would prefer to take a reduced vowel. And since how do I say this? A, E, O, U. Did I mention this last week? I don't know if I did.
No.
No? Okay. This is a guy's face. This is his big mouth. Okay? And here's his tongue. When you make a vowel sound, you have what are called low vowels and high vowels. Feel your tongue or notice what position your tongue is in as you go e, o, u. Your tongue goes up higher for E and comes back down for the lower note, the lower vowels, and oo, and then e and o are somewhere stuck in the middle. The point is that because gutturals are in the throat, they prefer lower vowels, or I guess I should put it more like this, than they do higher vowels. Shva and chirik come from the same high vowel E. Segol is a little bit lower, so it's an I flavored vowel that's pulled down a little bit to accommodate that guttural. That's what's happening. He'e is easier to say than he because you have to rush to your throat to pronounce the aleph. Okay, so he'e mean, you get the I flavored vowel that turns into an E, segol, with the chirik yod. What's the root?
Aleph Mem Nun.
What's the root of emet?
Truth.
That's the meaning. What's the root?
Same.
Same. And meant. If you say amito, you're going to get a strong dagesh here because there's a missing nun. It's the same root. So the root is amen, which means fixed, unwavering, not moving. So emet is that which does not change. He'emin is when you cause something to be unwavering and fixed. So like your belief system, your value system. Mi he'emin, who has internalized into their value system, lishmuatenu, our report. Enu, ours, and shmua, that which has been heard. Uzroa, what is uzroa? Arm, exactly. Is this in construct?
Yes.
Very good. Zaroa is the absolute form. Zroa is the construct, the arm of the Lord. Al mi niglata. What's niglata?
Do you mean what's the root?
Anything you want to tell me about it?
I think it's Nifal. The root is Gimel Lamed Yud.
Gimel Lamed Yud. So what's the nun for? What's the ta for?
Nifal?
Nifal.
Nifal nun, which means we're looking at a katal form because there's a nun at the front. So what
Female
katal
singular.
suffix are we looking at? Third feminine.
FS.
Very good. What is feminine singular that it's referring back to? What's the subject of niglata?
Is it the arm of the Lord?
Yes, arms come in pairs, so they are feminine. Very good. The arm of the Lord was or has been revealed, right? Al mi, upon whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? Is that messianic? The arm of the Lord? I don't know. I think so. I think Zechariah uses that for a messianic term.
My right hand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe that's it. Okay. So Tuesday, you wanted to read the next one?
Okay. Vaya al kayonik lefanav v'hashoresh me'eretz ziyah lo to'ar lo v'lo harar no hadar v'nir ehu v'lo mar'eh v'nechmedehu.
Very good. Excellent reading. Vaya'al kayonek lefanav v'chashoresh me'eretz tziyah lo to'ar lo v'lo hadar v'nir'ehu v'lo mar'eh v'nechmedehu. Whew. All right. What's going on with Vaya'al?
It's call.
Okay. I would have started with Vayiktol, but okay.
It's Vayiktal.
Yod makes it 3ms.
And he shall Allah rise.
All right.
Should be Vekato then.
No, the Vav Patach Dagesh makes it Vayiktol.
But yeah, okay.
Now,
But why did they translate it? He shall. Okay.
no, I think this is a good question. Do you want to finish the thought?
Yeah. Why did they translate it? He shall grow up when it's vayiktul, not a yiktum.
Could it be
Yiktul's
because of the
consecutive.
could it be because we should have had a preterite prefix conjugation here, and the Masoretes turned it into a Vayiktol? Yeah, as a Vayiktol, it should mean he did
Grew.
do something.
Right.
And in fact, usually we don't even see Vayiktols in poetry, prophecy. We see it in narrative parts of the Bible. So you're
Yeah.
right to question this. I like that you did that.
Mhm.
Do we have any other? Here we get no, that's Vav on a Yiktol. This is Vav on a Yiktol. So we don't have anything else close by that's comparable. I know why. I know why they put it this way. It's because there's a missing Mater Lectionis letter.
Oh, missing yud.
It's it's a missing vowel hey, which means we're looking at an apocopated form, shortened form with no mater vowel letters. There are only 3 forms that have missing vowel letters. What are they? This is one of them. Vayiktol.
Nun.
I
No, no,
Is
no,
it
no, no, no.
Joseph?
I'm not talking. Very good. Another one will be jussives. So infinitive absolute in the he feel could also have a missing mater, but I don't know if we should include that. So he feel, infinitive, absolutes sometimes, but I don't want to include. So it basically has to be either Vayiktol or Jussive. What if it's Jussive? Then it should be the Ya'al. How would you
yeah,
translate that? And let him either
go up.
go up or cause to go up or something like that. Well, that doesn't really make sense, does it? Or that he may grow up, right? If it's Vayiktol, then it's also going to have a missing hey, but now all of a sudden it's past tense. So basically we have a problem with both of them. So what do? We could always go to the Septuagint and see what the Alexandrian Jews thought. You could also go to Targum Jonathan and see how it translates it there. Those would give you early interpretations as to what the either certain Jewish sects or the rabbinic Jewish interpretation viewed here. You could also go to Midrash and see what it does with it there. But as it's currently written, yeah, it's a Vayiktol. Now, what form or what binyan are we looking at? Because that's also a little contentious too.
Ein Lamed Yod.
The root is Ein Lamed Yod. That much is so. So what's the binyan? There's a problem here. You see the patach, right? So the first thing you should say is, of course, it's Hefil. What is the
Ein is a
full?
guttural sound.
Exactly. So look at this. In the Hefil, in the full Hefil form, is Ya'a,
Yale.
and in the Kal binyan, it would be Ya'a Le, identical. Because of the ayin, the Kal switches to Ya'ale, and because of the he feel, we get a patach here, which makes that Ya'ale. So in the Kal, this causes that, and the he feel, that causes this. The vowels are vowel harmonizing, but they look the same. So how can we tell the difference? Because a he feel is causative. You're doing it to something. Is there a direct object? somewhere over here, that would be he feel. Is there no direct object? That would be kal. Do you see a direct object? Nope.
No.
Nope. Now, when we go and we delete this final hey because it's apocopated, we can't have a lingering reduced vowel. It becomes a full patach. So this could be either kal or he feel. But because there's no direct object, we can rule out he feel. He went up, or he will go up. Ka yonek, like a or like the yonek. What is a yonek? Well, a yonek should be an infant, but here it's being translated as an infant plant. He will go up like a tender plant, and we've talked about it before. This is the only place where yonek is translated as a tender plant. So lifanav, before him. Who's the him? Vichashoresh, and like a root, or like the root, me'eretz tiyah, from ground that is tiyah, arid, dry. Lo to'ar lo, not to him is there a form, I guess the sense of a pleasant form, because it's in parallel with velo hadar, and there is no hadar. I want to say it's like magnificence. How's a good way to translate hadar? Splendor? Maybe splendor. There is not to him any splendor. V'nir'ehu. How do I know that this is a yiktol form and not a nifal katal? Right? Nir'e could be two things. It could be nifal katal 3ms, or it could be kal yiktol 1cp. Do you see it? Could be either one. So how do I know which one it is in this word? The answer, besides context, the answer lies in the tsere right here. When you add a pronominal suffix to a verb, if it is a katal verb, you add an a connecting vowel, anu, and in yiktol, you add a tsere, enu. So if he guarded us, it would be shmaranu, and if he will guard us, it becomes yishmarenu. Okay, that vowel lets you know that it's a yiktol, not a katal. Velo mar'e, and not appearance, in the idea of good appearance because of the word hadar. V'nechmadehu. What is nechmad?
Nice.
Hamud is cute or something
Woody.
desirable. Yeah. Hamad is something desirable. And remember, Mahmed or Muhammad comes from that same root in Arabic, but here it's something that's desirable. Nechmadehu. Are we looking at a nifal or a yiktol? Excuse me, are we looking at a katal or a yiktol?
Yiktol.
Ehu, it has to be a yiktol, so we will desire him, that we should desire him. Okay, comments?
I have a question about Toar.
Toal.
Toar. So in modern, that's a Shem Toar is a adjective.
Right. A shem is some sort of a substantive, and a toal is description.
Right. Is that the same word?
Oh yeah, yeah, it is. Shem Toal is a substantive of description that is an adjective. Correct. Same word. All right.
So just quickly, not to beat the horse because you gave an extensive conversation on this, but I keep reflecting on the question about the Vig tool in the first word, vaya al. That is a double yod. Did the patak take the kamatz because of the double yod? So it when the dagesh moves in, the kamatz becomes patak.
The, mm, it shouldn't be kamatz. Um, what do you mean by kamatz? Currently, there's
Well,
no
because I'm trying to see the call in
Okay. So
all three emits. That's what I'm trying to see.
okay, so let me do it this way then. Let's put the original call form with a vayiktol vav patach dagesh. Now, what we should have expected was a chirik, shva, and then either an O or A vowel. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it as in, well, it should have been a patach with a yod, but that IE is what becomes e. So that's just what lamed yod verbs do. As far as the front goes, the ayin doesn't like shva,
Right.
and in fact, it's going to preserve the more original yiktol form, which was yaktul. Yaktul. This patach here is the original vowel of yiktol forms. So it's going to go back to the original which then has a vowel harmonizing effect on the preceding squished vowel, if you can call it that, because this should have been two shvas in a row. And two shvas in a row can't have that at the beginning of the word. Hebrew turns it into a chirik, usually, unless there's vowel harmonization. Then it becomes ya'ah. Then, when you lose your K at the end because it's a vayiktol, you're left with a reduced, basically two reduced vowels at the end of the word. Hebrew doesn't allow that, so it turns it into a full patach, and you get vaya'al. It's a
Interesting. I don't know that you could read that in Gesenius and understand that.
well, Gesenius isn't really going to talk about the why. Well, I can't say it that way. Gesenius will talk more about the what and when and where. It's going to tell you where you'll find this happening and all the places it occurs and what all the words are that it occurs, but it doesn't necessarily go back and speculate as to why everything changed the way it did. So if I offer a little bit of speculation, my apologies. I'm trying to figure out, well, why did this happen and how can we justify it or something like that? Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, next reader. And who wanted to read earlier? Was it Tuesday?
I just read.
You just read. Okay, who else wants to read? Nobody?
I can.
Annie, go ahead.
ניבזה וחדל אישים איש מחרבות וידוע חולי וכמסתר פנים ממנו נבזה ולא חשבנוהו.
Very good. נבזה וחדל אישים, איש מכאובות וידוע חולי, וכמסתר פנים ממנו נבזה ולא חשבנוהו. Whew. All right. Nivze is Nifal. Bet Zain Yod. despised. He is despised, or was despised, or will be despised, or something like that. V'chadal ishim, this is a construct form. We can tell that this chadal has reduced in construct. Chadal, rejected of ishim. Is that the usual form for men, plural of ish?
No, it's usually anashim.
Usually anashim. So it's kind of cool to see the word ishim here. Ish machovot. What's the root of machovot?
Af, Aleph, Bet.
Right. Ke'ev is pain. So we've got machov. Machov would be, I guess, a noun related to pain. And it's in the plural. So they call it here sorrows, a man of sorrows. Vidua holi. What kind of word is yedua or yadua?
Passive,
Passive
passive
participle. Yeah,
participle.
passive participle. But shouldn't it be yadua?
Because of the Vav.
Mm-mm. No, because that would just be the yadua.
Do,
So what happened here?
do.
In construct.
Construct.
So our kamatz becomes shva, and now we have v, so yod becomes a vowel. Vidua holi. The one acquainted of. Holy is usually something like sickness, like Beit Holim, the house of the sick. But here they're choosing the word grief. Maybe because of King James, I don't know. Uchmaster. What is histir? Histir. In the he.
That's a he feel to hide. I
Yeah,
think.
to cause something to be hidden. Very good. So master is a noun related to something in hiding. What? So why did they translate it and we hid?
It's like master. Is that like a participle?
No, it's a noun. It's going to be essentially a causative noun, that which is at some point being hidden. The hidden thing, if you will call it, if you would.
Hidden one. He
Like,
who hides, he who hides.
no, it's not a verb. It's a noun.
No.
It's like a hidden thing.
Okay.
Is it of faces? Panim mimenu. Like that which is hidden, faces from him. I get it. It's awkward to translate, but I don't think we can say we hid. There is no we here.
Yeah.
In fact, with the preposition right there, this has to be a noun. Prepositions attached to nouns. But I get it. What was it? We get a new right here. So apparently they're using this new to put a new right there. All right. Faces from him. Wait, new. I thought that's from us. Why is it from him?
Isn't that a form of the pronominal suffix?
Sure, you could look at it that way. Yeah, not a problem. Another way to look at it would be min is reduplication. This noon goes there, and this noon and hey collapse into a dagesh. Min hu becomes min nu. So we're seeing both the noon of min and the collapsing hey, dagesh dot in the middle. So that means whether you want to say from him or from us, it's the same Hebrew word. That's really frustrating. So in modern Hebrew, the we version from us becomes me ito. Oh, sorry, put a yod right there. Me'ito, from being with him. Because they don't want to have the ambiguity of mimenu him, mimenu us. So it changes mimenu us into, I'm sorry, mimenu him into me'ito, from him. Nivze, we're still talking about him, so this is going to be he was despised. Velo hashavnuhu. This nu is a, what kind of a suffix?
Oh,
Katal. It's like the new suffix that we know and love. It's just that there's no vav there. Chashavnuhu, we thought or considered him. And they say esteemed. Okay, question?
So the root is het, sheen, bet.
Chashav, to think or consider, or to even plan or something like that.
So, and then the noon is
We did it. A katal suffix, we did it,
okay. And then who is
referring to him.
pronominal suffix.
That's right. Very good. I appreciate you spelling it out like that. I probably should have done that, but you did it for me. Thank you. Okay, any other comments?
That's because I have to work it out.
You do it. Awesome. Cheryl, do you want to read?
Did you just אכן? Yeah. אכן חליינו חוליינו אכן חוליינו הוא נשא ומכאובינו סבלם ואנחנו חשבנוהו נגוע מוכה אלוהים ומעונה.
Very good. Excellent reading. Achen cholayenu hu nasa umachovenu savalam va'anachnu chashavnuhu nagua muke Elohim um'uneh. All right, so what's the lexical form of cholayenu, or what's the root?
Holy.
Yeah, it's the same one we saw earlier in pausal form as holy, but you will sometimes see it as holy with the stress here. Only in pausal form, I think it only shows up in pausal form. It shows up as holy, and when it's not, it's holy. Hunasa. Indeed, surely our holy, plural, our griefs or our sickness, hunasa, he has borne. Wait a second. Who's the he?
The tender plant.
Which refers back to Avdi, right? Avdi, my servant. So even though we see Israel being called Avdi by God in the book of Isaiah over and over and over, nevertheless, here it seems a little silly to assign Avdi to Israel. Because how can Israel bear Israel's holy?
Oh, come on, Jared. You're going to confuse them with the facts?
Here's another one. Umachovenu, and our pain, sorrows. Svalam would be he carried them. He bore
He
them.
suffered them. Sevel is suffer, isn't it? Or is it?
Very good. So Tisbol is to suffer, or lisbol is to suffer, but a sevel is a burden, and
Ah,
a sabal,
is a saddle.
a sabal in the Bible is a burden bearer,
Mm.
like a general laborer.
Ah, mhm.
So the one that carries burdens. So they're all related. And savlanut, patience, patience, bear your burden. Va'anachnu, and we, or yet we, chashavnuhu, there's that word chashav again. We considered him. How did we consider him? Nagua. Passive participle?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
From naga. Naga either means touch or strike. So nagua means either touched or stricken.
Stricken.
And since it's next to the word muke, we know which one it is. What is muke?
Hit. Whack.
Strike. Like to strike either physically or to strike figuratively, like an army strikes another army or nation, or God strikes a group of people with a plague, or David and Goliath. David strikes Goliath. But here it's not in the heath eel, it's in the
Pual.
Pull. Yeah. Pull.
No?
Pull. Pull.
see that strong dagesh? You have a letter missing.
No.
Yes.
Nake. Noon. Nake.
Nun kaf yod. So in fact, the u sound is coming before the first root letter. It is
Participle.
hufal or hofal.
Ufa.
These are the same. Hufal, hofal, whatever. So the one being stricken of Elohim or ba
Elohim.
Elohim.
Construct.
Yes. So we esteemed him stricken, struck of God. Ume'une. Now, what binyan is me'une? Where's the u? First root letter or before the first root letter?
Afflicted. Oni is affliction. Is that a
Shva, shur, kibbutz, dagesh.
it's a
Pual.
pual
Pu'al, you win.
participle?
It's a pu'al
Mhm.
participle.
Participle.
So
Yeah.
this is one being, and
Afflicted.
root is la'anot, is to,
Tortured.
yeah, afflict. Afflict, exactly. So one being afflicted. Okay, comments? We have 5 minutes, probably have enough for one more verse. Who wants to do the last verse?
I'll go again if nobody volunteers.
All right, I don't hear any volunteers. Go ahead.
והוא מחולל מפשענו, מדוכא מעוונותינו, מוסר
Hang on. What did you? Sorry to interrupt.
מעוונותינו,
Excellent.
מוסר שלומנו עליו, ובחבורתו נרפא לנו.
ובחבורתו נרפא לנו. Excellent. והוא מחולל מפשענו, מדוכא מעוונותינו, מוסר שלומנו עליו, ובחבורתו נרפא לנו. Whew, what's going on with this? Mecholal. We have two options. Either it is a hu-al, where the u turns into o because of the guttural, or it is a holal.
Because of the
Fact,
doublet.
you know what? In fact, that is fascinating to me, Cheryl, because I wonder if that could be a clue in figuring out where polel and polal came from. Chet causes pu'al to turn into an O sound. I'm going to have to think about this later. Anyway, so it's definitely a passive intensive. We'll just go with pu'al of halal, which usually means bored into, like boring a hole, desecrate, wound, something like that. Vehu mecholal mipsha'enu. What is pesha?
Crime,
Crime,
transgression.
transgression, our transgression, from our transgressions. Miduka, what binyan? E'u,
Wall.
Pual again.
pual
If
again.
the Shiva should give it away, right?
Yeah, the
And
shva,
then,
exactly.
mhm.
Me avonotenu. So avon is iniquities. Avonot, our iniquities. Musar, what's the root? Musar is Jewish ethics in rabbinic thought. It comes from the root original Vav Samech Resh or Yod Samech Resh, has to do with chastisement or uh,
Discipline, maybe?
yeah, discipline. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
So the mem is our preformative. It turns it into a noun as some sort of discipline or chastisement. Shlomenu, the chastisement of our shalom, alav, upon him.
Upon him.
Uvachavurato. Ooh, what's the root here? And
Het bet resh.
The
bet resh, het bet resh, chever. I think I'm trying to remember here whether chever means has to do with connections or bindings, doesn't it? Like a chaver is the one who is bound to you, your friend, or a chevre, or a chavera, a company or a group of friends in modern Hebrew. But
Yeah.
they're translating it as something like things that are tied together, I guess.
Wounds. Bruises.
Well, what I'm thinking of is essentially some kind of a, I guess I could be wrong here, but some kind of a whip made out of rope that creates stripes.
Gotcha. Yes.
Nirpa
Like
la,
a scourge.
yeah. Nirpa, either he is healed or we will be healed. In the context, we are healed makes more sense since we're talking about us, him. Where's the other one? Us, him. Us, him. So it makes a lot more sense to say that we are healed because of what he goes through. So we are healed
no.
to or for ourselves.
Ooh.
When did that ever become stripes?
Let's look at it. What is this? Verse
5.
5. Let's go down to 53, verse 5. Okay. What do we have? Bound with stripes. Let me see if I can. Hang on. There we go. From here. See if I can move that. Oh, that's why I need to show the dictionary. Come back, dictionary. Where's my dictionary? Oh, come on. What happened? I don't know where my dictionary. Oh, this one. There it is. Okay, to join. Charm, compaction. That didn't help.
Oh, that's not good.
Chavura. See where else it shows up in the Bible. Shows up 7 times. Wow.
Lunas, bruises,
Bruise.
stripes, wounds.
Stripes,
Wow.
hurt, bruises. Okay, so we see them.
Have to be the ones from the whip because you'd have to leave bruises that are like stripes.
Let's see, bruise, stripe, wound, blow, properly bound with stripes. That is a
Wheel, a wheel.
Really? I've never used that word before. Black or blue mark itself. Blueness, bruise, hurt, stripe. All right. Well, I mean, if we have context verses that can tell us that it has to do with hurt, stripes, wounds, etc., then that definitely adds to the credibility. Okay, super.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I think we're about out of time. Did you all enjoy this or not?
Yes.
Loved it.
You want to do it again next week?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So we'll have to pick up from verse 6 for next week. But
Are you going to do like you were
I have a
suggesting, where
question.
you quickly read over the Haftarah and then come into this,
no,
or
we'll do
just
this
do this
instead of.
whole thing?
Yeah, we'll do this instead of.
I like that plan
Samuel,
too.
Samuel, you have
I,
a comment to add?
Yes. How can I get a link to the recording? I'm gonna have to go back and study this in detail.
Of course.
YouTube.
It's on YouTube on my
Oh, it
channel,
is.
Free for Hebrew. So I can let's see, can I add that? Do I have your
chat.
contact or do you have mine?
I do.
Email
Yes.
me.
Okay.
Either email me or message me on the group chat and I'll be sure and share it to you.
Okay.
Jared,
Yes.
Mike.
Jared, I missed last week, and 2 weeks ago you announced about the your wife being pregnant again. So I forgot what child. How many is this now? 6.
Yeah, this will be number 6.
Yeah, that's what I thought I remembered. So congratulations again.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Well, thank you very much. All right. If anybody wants to support Hungry for Hebrew, this is how you can do it. I look forward to seeing you all next week for the continuation of this study in Isaiah 53, verse 6. Until then, lehitraot, shalom.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Me too.